Please, hold a moment. Finally, I tracked you down. You sure travel a lot. I've come from the Bard's College. My name is Helvana, in case you were wondering. My master Sledric has bade I bring you a message. He wishes a meeting. In fact, most of the returning professors at the college wish to meet you. My, aren't you inquisitive? And you even said please. Keep this up and I might start thinking you have basic manners. Let me think. If you've been paying attention, you already know I'm a bard. But in truth, there are many kinds that go by that title. Personally, I shy away from the typical performance side of the profession and pursue matters like history and things that are lost. Antiquarian, I believe Lady Atea once called me. Though, she may have meant that as an insult. Still, I'd agree with the assessment. Not exactly missing, just returned from a tour in the Imperial City. I accompanied Master Sledric, but there are others as well. Dean Paras, teacher of dance. Although what he considers to be dancing seems quite open to interpretation. Professor Teriana is our head scholar and record keeper. She's quite the fountain of knowledge, if you're able to decipher her meaning. Then we have Mistress Valerie, Dean of Storytelling. But really, she acts more like our diplomat, managing all of our contracts and business. And lastly, there's Olvus. Not technically a teacher, but he does the work of one. He organizes most things related to music. Archbard of Songcraft of the college, Master Sledric. When he learned of the task you undertook at Deadman's Respite, he became most insistent that he meet with you. That would be a good idea. You can likely find him in his study in the college. These days, that is where he spends most of his time.
So you've come to see me to sell or to buy, hmm? Trinkets, odds and ends, that sort of thing? Hurry back, and bring more merchandise.
Take a good look around. I'm sure you'll find what you're looking for. If not, let me know. I might have it stored away. Good day, friend. Ah, so you're an alchemist then. I'd better get going.
I wish, but so haggling with you can be so entertaining.
Ah, sweet oblivion. But soon I shall return.
Fruits and vegetables, all by so many wares and tools you just can't live without. Come and see for yourself.
Let me know if you see anything you like.
You are taking us somewhere warm, I trust.
Hear my prayers, son of Akatosh, and grant peace to these departed souls.
The Eye of Talos was a fine shot.
I do the cooking and cleaning around the palace.
I heard you were at the wedding of the Empress' cousin. Solitude. Gods, that must have been horrible.
Leave me alone. Can't an old man have some peace?
You are taking us somewhere warm, I trust. Cesargo only has so much room to carry things. We follow them.
Whatever you've heard. So, you wish to master the arcane arts? Strength and steel are well and good, but magic is the true power in this world.
Best offense is a good. No lollygagging.
Need a ride? I can take you to any of the hold capital. Where do you want to go? Climb and back, and we'll be off. Better bundle up. This may keep up for a while. My carriage is the safest way. Citizen. Yes, Donkey. How can I help you? What is it?
A coin or two for a veteran? It's not much to ask.
You're the best! Can you be my father?
I've got some salmon to sell.
Can I help you? I am your sword and your shield.
Unless we have specific business, I'm not interested.
I'm a little busy at the moment. I've got all sorts of everything.
Divines. Oh, thank you. Divines bless your kind heart.
Take a good look around. I'm sure you'll find what you're looking for. If not, let me know. I'm so nice to have pleasant breeches, gowns, clothes for any occasion, really. Finally. So good to see you.
You are
again.
taking us somewhere warm, I trust. Gisargo only has so much room to carry things. Lead on, friend.
Oh, let me just... Breeches, gowns, clothes for any occasion, really. Thank the gods for the end of yet another pointless conversation.
Be careful.
I hope. Ah, welcome to Angela's. So you're interested in my potions and ingredients? Don't forget me next time you need herbs and potions.
Fresh fish, straight from the fjords.
Hello, I'm Gisley. But you can just call me Erica's sister. Everyone does.
Ah, a fresh acolyte. Greetings to you. I am Paras, a humble virtuoso of motion and mockery. Some at the college refer to me as the Dean of Dance, and there is truth to this. But in my classroom, we pirouette with a sword in hand. I, of course, speak of the art of fencing, a dance of blades, if you will. However, few students partake in such lessons. Most would rather be schooled in wordplay. Lucky for them, that too is a dance I'm well versed in. I fear you've mastered the dance already. There's naught I can teach you haven't already learned. Ah ha ha ha! The intrigue of wordplay entices yet another soul. Picture this. Two bards face one another, sparring. not with blades, but syllables, trading barbs and banter, each striving to outshine the other. We call this a duel of wit. It is a test not only of one's verbal prowess, but of the keenness of your mind and your grace under pressure. Recently, amongst certain groups of bard, such duels have become quite the popular pastime. And I hear tell, it can be a rather profitable diversion. I thought you'd never ask. It has been some time since I personally partook in a duel, but I believe I still remember all the moves. I would be delighted to tutor you. Listen closely, and I shall explain the nature of this verbal spar. To begin, a challenge must be made to a rival bard, one who practices the duel of wit. Once accepted, a wager is agreed upon, and thus the dance commences. First, you lead with an insult. Then, in return, your opponent must offer a suitable retort. Retorts must always be witty, clever, and rhyme. If your opponent's riposte succeeds, the round is theirs. They fail, and the triumph goes to you. Then, your opponent takes their turn to offend. Let me offer you an example of an exchange. If I were to start a duel, I might begin by stating to my opponent, "Your breath could fell a dragon at 50 paces." Now, you take on the role of the opponent, who in response might say, "That's actually not bad. I've not heard that one before. Witty, clever, rhymes? Yes, that retort would work nicely. Although usually the accepted retort would be, with your odor, I don't think you qualify to judge others' social graces. You see? A deft parry that turns the initial insult back on the one who hurled it, as all good retorts should. Now that you've seen how it's done, it is your turn to lampoon me. Here, I've noted down some insults for you. Pick one that takes your fancy. Don't be shy, I won't take your words too personally. Your ability to mix up me and yourself is truly staggering. Very good. Naturally, I already knew the correct comeback, but now, so do you. And that is how one builds their repertoire of insults and retorts. The more you duel, the more you'll learn. I've taught you what you need. The stage is now set. The audience awaits! Venture forth, young novice. Seek out fellow bards in the taverns and inns of Skyrim, and perhaps beyond. Challenge them, and climb the ranks of the utterly offensive. As your prowess grows, so will your reputation. So, don't be startled if soon enough rival bards start to seek you out. May your wit be your guide. To weave the tale of Paras. I was birthed in Valenwood, but found my true calling here in Skyrim, where on the streets I learned to dance with both wit and blade. Of course, I am now Dean of Dance at this hallowed college, where I guide eager minds through the intricacies of both fencing and banter. It is my profound pleasure to be able to guide those who show promise. And that, dear friend, is who I am. Until next time.
hope you wipe... Oh, it's you. I'm glad you joined us. Suppose I should introduce myself, I'm Ulvis, Chief Acolyte, which is an elaborate way of saying I don't get paid for my work. I take care of the musical instruments around here, and occasionally I'm permitted to actually teach a class or two. If you want to learn to play an instrument, master the art of busking, or understand the power of song, I'm the guy you come see. Ah, then you're talking to the right person. Even if you've already tried your hand at it before, there is a world of difference between, say, plucking a lute's strings and actually playing the thing. It is the difference between an amateur and a bard, and that is what I shall teach. Most students here are expected to work in exchange for their lessons. Usually they're given menial tasks done over the course of many days or weeks. However, for you, I feel such things are unbefitting. No, I have something else in mind. Something far more expedient and suited to your skills. Recently, both Dean Inga and Pantia lost their personal instruments, while Professor Germain wished to acquire one new. I would have asked you to find these items, however, you have already proven most capable. Dean Inga has her lute back. Professor Germain now possesses Rior's drum. Dean Pantia seems quite happy to have her flute again. And so I consider any payment for your music lessons fully provided. I will teach you to play whatever instrument you wish, lute, drum, or flute, one or all three. The choice is yours. Yes, I heard you'd recovered an instrument. In return for your service, I'll gladly provide you a music lesson. I'd be delighted to. What would you like to learn? The flute is a delicate thing, subtly alluring yet haunting. A whisper on the wind that can bolster and strengthen, rousing health and vitality. Is this what you wish to learn? To begin, you must hold the flute gently, as you would a fragile treasure. Your breath is the flute's melody. Breathe deep but controlled. Now, shape your lips and keep in mind the flute sings with you, not for you. Not bad. Think of the flute as an extension of your breath, your emotions. As you grow more confident, the easier your music will flow. You may keep the flute. It's finely crafted and carries a tune well. Practice, and you'll soon be serenading to the good health of your comrades. Of course, what would you like to know? I'd be delighted to. What would you like to learn? Ah, the lute, a noble instrument. When played by a skilled bard, it can lift the very spirit of those around you, enhancing their flow of magicka. Is this what you wish to learn? First, let's get comfortable holding it. Feel its weight, its balance. Now, let's talk about strings. Each has its own temperament, and together they sing in harmony. A gentle touch, that's key. Now, watch my hands. You learn well. But do remember, every bard once stumbled. Mistakes, they're just steps on the path to mastery. That lute is now yours, finely made and properly tuned. Its strings carry more than just music. Play it and watch the magicka of your allies flow. Of course. What would you like to know? I'd be delighted to. The drum. Some call it the heartbeat of music. In the hands of a bard, a well-played drum can imbue stamina into even the weariest of men. Is this what you wish to learn? To start with, when you hold and strike a drum, consider your rhythm. Your hands are the drum's voice. Light taps are murmurs. Firm strikes are roars. Let's start with the basics. Keep your wrists loose, your arms relaxed. Nicely done. Remember, speed isn't the goal. Clarity of beat is. Start slow, build confidence. You'll get there. That drum belongs to you now. It's one of the best we have. Treat it with respect, and without fail, it'll rally those who call you friend. Songs aren't just about the melody. The lyrics of a song can be just as, if not more, important than the music itself. Imagine your deeds immortalized in verse, sung by bards from Solitude to Riften. Your actions build a reputation, but song can shape how others perceive such things. That is its power. You know, I'm always on the lookout for new material to inspire me. And you seem like the type to have more than the odd adventure. I have an offer for you. Anytime you participate in a particularly grand undertaking, come tell me of your deeds. I will transcribe them to song and then teach these ballads to other bards. Far and wide, people will sing of your exploits. And you decide what exactly it is they sing. No more idle rumor or hearsay. Your actions can be portrayed as brave and honorable, smart and cunning, or perhaps even ruthless and underhanded. It's a chance to influence how history remembers you, to weave the threads of your story as you see fit. If you're interested, of course.
Excuse me, Professor Germain? Have you a moment to talk about something?
Busking is a time-honored bardic tradition. Since you've been properly trained in music, it is something you could easily do. By playing your instrument out in public, not only can you share your talents and entertain, but you can earn decent coin, too. The approved etiquette is fairly straightforward and quite informal. When inspiration finds you, simply take out your instrument and play. Just be aware of where you're playing. Certain places are better suited than others. Always a topic I'm interested in. A difficult question. But if I had to offer a suggestion. The Dawn Guard seeks to bolster its numbers. Stand with them, and a heroic tale against evil itself could be yours to claim. You are known, of course. Many speak your name, but little discourse, if any, comes from the ballad sung of you. Give it time. Wonderful. What would the topic of this new song be? There's more than one? Well, you've got some explaining to do. I see. This Mirak. Quite what I expected. But I think I've got an opening in mind. Hear and obey, the first servant arise, bearing his I like that. Now, we arrive at the Dragonborn I know. How do we bring you into this? A little artistic license is encouraged.
Pardon me, but I trust you've been working...
The Dragonborn hears and draws steel to the night. Blood of their blood, yet darkness to light.
Excuse me.
Listen and pray, for miracle draws near. From realms of fate, wisdom and fear. As I understood it, it was somewhat of an ordeal, gaining the knowledge to defeat Mirak. How should we describe that? The Dragonborn drinks from the font profane. Through it accursed knowledge attain. Defy and dismay, for the first blade alights. First of the dragon blood fall into night. I think it's time we drew this one to its close. Now, how shall we say you defeated your foe? The Dragonborn balance the scales of the clash, vanquish opposer and banish to ash. I think that's it. It was fairly short, but the best ones often are. This is a good ballad. I'll start to circulate it with bards I'm acquainted with. It may require some coaxing, but I know at least a handful who'll be interested to sing this ballad. All right, then. Do you require my assistance? Always a topic I'm interested in. Wonderful. What would the topic of this new song be? Ah, yes, there are rumors abound about the Dragonborn. Perhaps we can put some of that hearsay to rest. Speak your tale. So that's how it happened. You honor me with your retelling. I hope I can do this ballad the justice it deserves. I think I know how to start. Arise, arise, for down from the skies a hero of old descends with their prize. Yeah, that feels good. Tell me, for the next verse, what attribute of yours shall we shine the spotlight on? With a mystical light the Dragonborn comes, sound their triumph on beating of drums. The World-Eater's rage brought terror below, as he burned our dear homeland and blackened the snow. Time for a proper introduction. This is your story, so what do we say of your origin?
Why settle for just one when you can have both?
But out from the ashes of Helgen alight, the Dragonborn gathered their strength and their might. Alduin's bane from legend unfolds, who saved us from wrath that the stories foretold. You had some help on your journey, but who most deserves to be exalted in song? Down from the mount, from Hrothgar on high, the Dragonborn comes with a voice raised high. Arise, arise, our hero draws near, down with the era of terror and fear. Hail to the Dragonborn, gallant and bold, the slayer of Alduin we behold. That was something special. I thank you for sharing it. This is a good ballad. I'll start to circulate it with bards I'm acquainted with. I'm sure I know a few who'll be interested in your tale. Always a topic I'm interested in. Wonderful. What would the topic of this new song? Really? I wasn't aware that you joined them. Seems I've some catching up to do. Please, tell me about it. Impressive. There's certainly a lot to work with there. Let's start by setting the scene. In Old White Run, there's a merry old band, led by the fire of the warrior's brand. And one whose name resounds in the halls as they sing of their deeds inside your Vasker's walls. Now, let's tell the audience about some of your accomplishments. Which do you think is best? Bringer of glory, herald to fame, cleanser of spirits for sake of the flame. We fight on the fields with a might to proclaim our revelry cannot be tamed. Though foes advance as cruel as a stone, trust that the forebears won't leave us alone. You know, everyone has their own style of combat, but what should we say yours is? A swift strike, truest and purest of all, a quick flash of steel as the challenger falls. Within us a fire that grows brighter than light, burns hot as the hearth in Sovngarde's night. 500 warriors, 500 kings, resound in the halls of the dead as we sing. We're coming to the end now. How shall I close this? But until that day comes, may we fight and be free. We fight as companions of good company. There! I can see this one being popular in drinking halls. This song deserves a wide audience. I'll make sure it's passed on to bards far and wide. Won't be difficult to find willing singers. Songs of your deeds are starting to become a popular request. Always a topic I'm interested in. Wonderful. What would the topic of this... Oh yeah, I think I heard about that. But if I'm going to write a song about it, I'm going to need more details. So, tell me everything. Well, a colorful recounting. A lot of material to work with. I think I've already got an idea for an opening verse. Let's see. I tell you a tale, a journey to fame, from pupil to master with mystic acclaim. On Winterhold's ruin lies a citadel proud, and a tower of mages stands forth through its clouds. Yeah, I like that. But, I need to describe you somehow. What would be your preference? Among them a scholar, renowned and bold, an archmage to steel learners young and old. There's few who could fathom that philosopher's plight, for life greatest fire and magic for light, bearing the weight of the scholar and sage, committing the forbearers thoughts to the page. That works. And then... we should probably mention some of your exploits. Anything come to mind? Consorting with beings and augurs aglow, seeking out worlds in the darkness below. But duty still calls to the Magus' name, through conquests and song their favor proclaim, delving through depths the worlds of the past, unearthing the remnants of courses unpassed. We need more exploits. Help me out here. Tyranny vanquisher, brave and true, who purified power and cleansed it anew. A Ethereal stars of the darkened span, baleful eyes watching the dawning of man. Gaze as the weeds of fate unfold. Lend us your secrets, your powers untold. Tell me, which school of magic do you favor? Unshakable power, destruction thy gain, untamed and tempting the hearts of the vain. Amid the poor ruin of fatherland stone, atop of the towers arising like bones, a mystical master, honored and bold, stands tall as they watch o'er the skies of the whole. Ha! Yeah! I like that. And audiences always enjoy a good story of magic. This is a... I could even charge for this one. Your ballads are high in... And... Always a topic I'm interested in. Wonderful. What would the topic of this new song be? Wait, are you saying you're the listener of the Dark Brotherhood? Well, why don't you tell me about it? That's a lot to take in. Not to call you a liar, but I'm going to choose to not believe most of what you just said. I think that to be the safest course of action for everyone. But, theoretically speaking, this would make a gripping ballad. Maybe something like... Summoned in shadow of wicked lament, baptized in blood by that dark sacrament, seized in the night by the light of the moon, exacted the knife for the blood flower's bloom. So, they kidnapped you, right? Made you one of them. How should we describe that? Silent and sober the penance performed, the one who would bear the dark mantle was born. Mercy she wrought for the hand that performed, and silently spoke to the listener sworn. A voice like the grave spoke a solemn decree, a deathly crusade made for all kin to see. And, the next part. You were asked to, you know, remove someone. Not exactly sure how we should word that. Grisly campaign that would sing of her might, a worshipful verse to the hymn of the night. The harvest was bleak, cross the blood-embrued snow, and whispers of dread plotted terror to grow. At last the knife struck, the blood prey came to fall, but the Emperor's best did descend on them all. I still can't believe that. But not to say you did do anything, but after you were betrayed. How should I put that? Deception did spill from the veins of her brood, so the listener rode and the fools they pursued. The listener blade whirled and danced in moonlight, and the specters all fell to the song of the night. Then dreaded dusk fell like a harsh final breath. The night that would end with the Emperor's death. The chambers were still at the darkest hour, and Titus was felled by the listener's power. Silence still speaks through the dagger kept near. Sweet mother, thy children hold. Well, that was... well, it was something. I can already picture the reactions from those listening. A dark but captivating tale. I'll write down these verses and start passing them along to other bards I know. Without a doubt, my contacts will be fighting over who gets the first copies. Until next time, do you require my assistance? Here to indulge in some music? Always a topic I'm interested in. Wonderful. What would the topic of this new song be? Shouldn't you keep that quiet? No? Well, all right. Tell me how it all happened. Just avoid anything too incriminating. That wasn't as bad as I expected. Well, in terms of narrative, already seeing a few avenues we could go down. There once was a rogue with a knack for the game, a swindler true, but not one without shame. A thief through and through, with a heart of gold, and this tale's but one that hasn't been told. See, they vexed an old burglar renowned of deed, who lived beneath rift and swilling in greed. The rats ran a tight crew of misfits and crooks, all the while robbing them right off the books. Folk naturally hate thieves, but such tales can be given a positive spin. Speaking of thieves, what shall we say Mercer Frey thought of you? Then the new blood appeared like a feather on the wind, and the jealous old thief, he would not be chagrined. The old coot made a plan that could use this great skill, then at the right time their wealth he would steal. When chance came at last to remove this loose thread, he stabbed in the back and then left them for dead. No honor amongst that particular thief, hmm? You obviously survived the betrayal, but how should we paint such a picture? The new blood survived and quickly took flight, but the old thief had disappeared into the night. And so they returned to Old Riften below, where they told of the treacherous thief and his woes. Now, after all that, how do we end this story? They rallied the thieves, the whole bugger-ridden lot, and they tromped through the rift seeking out the old sods. Then they cut down the greedy old thief as he strode, and stole off his corpse all the gold they were owed. On him they found Nocturne's treasures, they say, but that's a tale for another day. So let it be known to all who deceive that honor still lives among those called thieves. Despite the subject matter, that turned out to be quite the adventure. This song deserves a wide audience. I'll make sure it's passed on to bards far and wide. The audience is eager for more. I foresee taverns filled to bursting when some lucky bard gets to sing this ballad. Always a topic I'm interested in. Wonderful. What would the topic of this new song be? The Dawn Guard. You were involved with that. Well, I guess I have some catching up to do. Well, let's hear it. Never took you for the type to be embroiled with such things, but it did make for a great story. Let's see, maybe start with something like... The vigilance fall, and dark closes in, to creatures that prey on cold blood of men. It's a good opening, but we need a focus. What's your preference on your entrance to this tale? What's our focus? depths of dim Hollow's crypt, a wayfarer finds a forbidden script. They stalk their prey by cover of night, seeking out relics that hide from the light. Speaking of, which particular discovery would you rather have the audience associate with you? Orion's bow, with power most vast, which fired upon Lorcan in times of past. Servant of Cold Harbor, hearken the vile, striving to blot out the sun with his guile. Obviously, Harkin was defeated by your hand, but how I sing of this, well, that's up to you. A terror is shunned at dawning of day, and heroes victorious make darkness pay. Fear not the moon, nor shades of twilight, for the wayfarer watches from shadows at night. There. Not sure how many will believe this one is true, but regardless, they should enjoy it. This song deserves a... The audience is eager for more. Always a topic I'm interested... Wonderful. What would the topic of this new song be? Right then. By all means, ask away. Always keep in mind, the coin you'll earn depends much on where you play. I'd suggest setting up in taverns, inns, or near town centers. These spots often hold the most appreciative audiences. Also, the more prosperous an area, the more generous the citizens tend to be. But not always, so best you play it by ear. Gold isn't the only reward for a well-played tune. Sometimes your audience may desire something specific. They might yearn for a certain instrument's melody, a lute's gentle strum, the hearty beat of a drum, or the sweet whistle of a flute. Try to read your audience, decipher what it is they want, and give it to them. And there's a chance they may offer gifts more uncommon than coin. Name the topic. What is there to tell? I think I already covered most of it. Or is there something in particular you wanted to know? Maybe what an orc is doing here at the Bard's College? It doesn't take a professor to notice my heritage. Sure, an Orsimer Bard isn't completely unheard of. There's more than a few of us around. But few take an orc musician seriously. It's a stigma I've worked hard to overcome. For the most part, I think I've succeeded in that. Watch what you're doing.
You are taking us somewhere warm, I trust.
You lost? Long life to you, Thane.